Page 21. Exercises 2 and 3.
Stress is something that affects us all, and here in the studio today, we're talking to Julia Davis, a stress management consultant who specialises in teen stress. Julia, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
We're only too aware of the pressures youngsters face today. Can you explain to our listeners what you do?
Well, my job title sounds quite grand, but actually what I do is pretty simple. I help teenagers cope with stress. I'm based in various secondary schools in London and I run stress clinics.
So, what happens at a clinic?
Students come to me because they recognise they're feeling stressed and want to do something about it.
And how do you go about helping them?
Well, I use a whole variety of different techniques, depending on the individual. First, I talk to the student and work out what's causing the problem, and then I plan a personal stress management programme.
So, what sort of things might you suggest?
That depends. Sometimes it's things like putting their phone and laptop away for an hour a day and having downtime, or time when they're not connected. Teenagers today often feel the need to be available 24/7, so I try and encourage them to find a slot each day to do something else, like joining a club and getting to know new people.
What about exam stress?
That's what we call seasonal stress. There are certain times of the year when more students come and see me, like exam season. Some get stressed trying to stay on top of schoolwork and revision. For them, that's a big deal. If that's the case, I try and encourage them to keep a calendar, set up a timetable to manage their time effectively, and make the most of their free time. Some students don't need this sort of organisation because they're pretty good at it already, but they just have a general feeling of stress or anxiety at exam time. I encourage them to set aside more free time in their week, and also to stay positive and look on the bright side of things. Students like this might find it useful to do volunteer work because it gives them a break from their studies.
What's the most common piece of advice you give to students?
Give your brain a rest and spend some time with your friends. You'd be amazed at how many students forget these simple things when they're feeling stressed.
Julia, lots of food for thought today. Thank you very much. Now, next week, we'll be talking...